Welcome to The Better Life with Dr. Mary Ann Pinkston. Join Dr. Pinkston today as she teaches you how an integrative approach to health, combining holistic and contemporary medical information, can lead you to the better life. And now, here's your host, Dr. Mary Ann Pinkston.
Hey, good morning. I am so happy to have you here today. And I am Dr. Mary Ann Pinkston. I'm a family practice and integrative doctor from San Antonio. And I am working very hard to try to bring information to people who are looking for a way to improve their life and get a better life. And often I have a great show that I include or I'm sponsored by Ray Solano up in Cedar Park, Texas, which everybody knows is Austin. And he is here to talk with me today and you about improving our immune systems and building our immune systems. We have been told, Ray and I were talking about this a few minutes ago, we have been told that you need pharmaceuticals and you need vaccines and that's it. That's all you can do to build your immune systems. And we know better. So Ray, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Let's talk about how we can get people back on their feet.
Oh, welcome. Thanks again for having me on the show because I'm really passionate about getting the word out to educate our patients and our customers to understand that they can take responsibility for their health and they can make changes to their health. Unfortunately, there's a lack of education, of real education about how we can influence our immune system. The Chinese have been using many different substances for thousands of years. And also the Indian culture or Vedic medicine has been using many different herbs and natural medicines for another thousands of years. But unfortunately here, we are told that there's not much you can do. Stop smoking, get some sleep, and stop drinking alcohol, and then you'll be fine. And this is just absolutely crazy. So it gets me a little bit upset. And that's hopefully today we can educate everybody that guess what? Right. There are other solutions.
There are other solutions. And, as we said earlier, that there is much more to building up our immune systems and helping ourselves, fend against the world and the bacteria and the disease that is out there. And it's not just survival of the fittest, sink or swim. So we really do, have means of helping build up our immune systems and fighting the world and feeling better. I mean, it's not just about fending off disease all the time. It really is about living a better life and feeling better. So I would love to know from you about what you understand and have to offer for everyone out there about building their immune systems.
Well, PD Labs is a specialty pharmacy that fuses natural medicine along with pharmaceuticals. We also try to get a sound foundation of nutritionals. Mm-hmm. And these nutritionals, sometimes you can take many different pills, supplements every day. Mm-hmm. But I think it's really important what you start out your day with is so important. And so putting it together, I think everybody should have their favorite meal replacement or medical food shake that they can have, because that's a great start because it has all those micronutrients, which are critical to our immune system in small amounts when you do it on a daily basis. And so it replenishes what you've lost, and being able to have that as part of your daily routine is probably the simplest and easiest way to get all those nutrients in there all at the same time. But you know what? Yeah. There's a lot of junk on the marketplace that all it is nothing more than sugary ice cream shakes.
Right. And I really want people to understand, because that is such an important point. There are shelves, full or Amazon, no offense, full of, plenty of products that are completely inexpensive. But you really do in a situation like this have to understand that you get what you pay for. And a lot of these shakes are very unbalanced and they're nutritional. So you get more carbohydrate than you do protein, or they're full of heavy metals. And so, you can be literally poisoning yourself while you think you're doing something really healthy. You can be loading yourself up with heavy metals and changing the game for a very long time. It's hard to come back from that.
Well, you're exactly right. Many of our critics specialty look at all these supplements and they say, you know what, you're really doing yourself more harm, and it's really just expensive urine. But there's probably a little bit of truth to that, because there's so many different suppliers out there that you can have. Most of these products come from overseas. They're not really made in this country. And if you look at the statistics, there's sometimes almost 10% of the ingredients are rejected by ethical pharmaceutical manufacturers for heavy metals. So it's really important to know the source of where you're getting the products from, and to make sure it's not only comes from organic, but one step further. It can't have some of these other, can't have lead, can't have mercury and cadmium. So it's really important to make sure you're not putting contaminants in your body at the same time. So look for the source, know where you're getting it from, because it's critical, because your body takes these in and absorbs them very nicely.
Right. And you have a product that is wonderful and that we both agree on, and that is, truly, and I love the theory of, you sit down every day with your cereal bowl full of supplements that you've got to swallow, and it's impossible for anybody to do. So this is something that's all inclusive and good for building blocks. There are other things you can take, but it is we know the source, we know where it comes from, we know what it has and doesn't have in it, has the right balance. And now, having done this with you here, now we know where to get it. So will you tell us what it is that you have and where we can get it?
It's important is that let food be thy medicine, right? So we've heard this over and over again. So just look at all the foods you're taking and understand what they can do for you. So being able to have a plant-based a protein shake that has adequate amount of protein. But here's the biggest thing. It doesn't taste very well. So many times they're masked with sugar.
Right.
And it doesn't make any sense to have an inflammatory substance on top of trying to get nutrients. Because you talked about your bowl of cereal, and that's nothing. Many times it spikes insulin levels because there's so much sugar involved. So having a protein shake that has plant-based, which is usually less inflammatory, but doesn't have sugar, and it doesn't have stevia and sucralose. So all these sweeteners can be very irritating to the GI tract. So we sweeten the Opti Meal shake with monk fruit. So it's sugar-free, stevia-free, and it is sweet with monk fruit. So you start with that firm foundation. We got a plant-based medical food that doesn't have the sugar, and it has the added nutrients that support the liver. Because every day, and I go back to the Chinese ancients, is that they would almost slap their liver every morning to wake it up and to be able to recharge and replenish. So you have to have nutrients in there that let the liver regenerate and also get rid of toxins. So when you have those,
the famous word everybody uses, detox. So
detox, that's right.
Yeah, so that's what it does. It helps you detox.
So you have a little bit of that in there, the building blocks, the amino acids that let your body regenerate and the liver regenerate. Right. And then also you have nutrients in there to help heal your gut lining, because this is the most important area of chronic inflammation is leaky gut. So you're having those key nutrients that stop that and heal the GI tract. So you're balancing blood sugars, you're healing your gut, your GI tract, and you're also replenishing, allowing the liver to detoxify. So we're putting all those together, and guess what? It still tastes good. And that's what otherwise you and I probably, as I've been told all the time, Ray, you can eat dirt. It doesn't matter to you. And I'm going, well, if you don't like sugar very much, you can have a lot of bitter items. But the good thing is it does taste good.
Which is nice. And so, and on the point of the gut that you mentioned and some of these sweeteners that help to reduce how the gut processes and works, it's a part of our immune system. So here's the tie-in now about building up our immune system is working on your gut. Your gut, people don't understand gut, we mean intestine, and that is an enormous part of our immune system is our intestine, and that bacterial balance and keeping it healthy and sound is really where a lot of autoimmune problems can start, but where our immune systems fail. So this is something that helps to sustain that, build that, sustain it, and allows your immune system to work much better.
And it starts out your day, keeps your blood sugar stable,
right?
Because we that's really the first step is that we don't want to inflame the body before it even starts.
Right.
And if you look at the standard American breakfast, or first is the Pop-Tarts with a half a gallon of orange juice, and we think that we are just doing ourselves a favor.
Fortified with nutrients and minerals.
That's right. You're just great, and unfortunately, this is what we do. So we keep, but if you look at different types of medical foods, and this is what this is a medical food, you can put it with almond milk. You can put it with soy milk. You could just do it with water. It gives you people a little bit of variety. And this is something you can do at least 3 to 5 days a week. And it gives yourself a good foundation, because when you feel good, right? Guess what? When you don't do it, you feel bad, and guess what? Your body gravitates to feeling better every day. And that's what we like people to do.
Exactly. And, not to mention too, think about it. People are, busy. They're up and out the door, or they're trying to work out in the morning. They need a quick meal. And a lot of people will grab something quick. So they'll grab a protein bar, which really isn't protein. It's a sugar bar. Or like you said, some of these more sugary related things that just taste good, because it says on the box it's healthy for you. And, you need something quick and easy. This is something quick and easy. I do something like this, and I'll put it in almond milk, like you say, shake it up, and I'm gone. Or I'll carry a bag with a cooler in it and keep a little shake of the almond milk, and I'll add it when I'm ready, and then off and ready. So those are the good ways of trying to stay busy but stay healthy and not let your breakfast go, because most people will do that.
And many times this is something that is sustainable. Mm-hmm. Okay. It didn't, your body didn't accumulate all this trash or these toxic substances overnight. So you need something that you can do ongoing. And this is what we have. I interview and talk to patients all the time, and I say, how do you like it? And they go, we all like this. Right. And when they get another can, we continue to like it. Right. So we go, wow, we are really, I've got something here, something that's good for you, something that tastes good, and it controls your weight. Okay. So this is almost a perfect food. So OptiMeal, we giving a special discount as well, too, a 20% discount, because we want people to get in the habit of good, healthy habits, and especially to follow your program, right? Every week, it's amazing the skills or what people can learn.
Exactly. And this is a very, very important one. So I'm glad we're doing this. And so how do they get in touch with you up in Austin? How do they find OptiMeal and take advantage of that 20% off? That's awesome, Ray. Thank you.
You go to our website, pdlabsrx.com, pdlabsrx.com. That's prescription dispensing labs. And our phone number is 888-909-0110. That's 888-909-0110. And guess what? I still answer the phone, and I still talk to people just like you do. So if you have questions or concerns, I enjoy listening to what people's responses are and what are some of their health challenges. And if I can't answer it, I can definitely tell you where to find it out.
Exactly. You sure do. You do answer the phone. I can attest to that when I call. Sometimes, Ray, is that you? It's wonderful. It's an old-fashioned way of doing it, Ray, and that is something that's lost on our society, and I just love it. It's great customer service. So I will also have that on my website. and a link where you can, look and read about this or order and take advantage of that. And you can find more information. Ray and everybody up at PD Labs have a great a variety of ways to get information and learn more. You've been doing some TV lately, and they can find you at more places, right, than just here.
We do a special on a metabolic code program, and this is something that you're gonna do in your practice soon. But I've done a television special, used my results on a metabolic analysis of my deficiencies over time, and I shared my results with the public of how I was before and how I've been now afterwards. Because if I can't do it, then I can't explain to others how to figure out where the predictions from my lab test, where I'm going to be 10 years from now, and what things I could do now to change those trending. Where am I trending? And that's what I want people to do. There's things that you can do, changes in your lifestyle today that can prevent you from trending toward disease later.
Exactly.
And that's what we want people to have the power to be able to do. And guess what? It's not that hard.
No, it's not. And I've done it too. So I lost 162 pounds in the past.
Transformation.
That right? And got rid of my diabetes and all of that. So, for people to find out more information, I want you to you can go to drpbetterlife.com and find all the links and find Ray here. And we are going to take a short break and talk about some other things you can do with your immune system. Ray has something else in mind for us. So let's take a short break, and on the other side, we will talk about that.
Hi, this is Ray Solano with your Healthy Choices Minute, sponsored by Prescription Dispensing Labs. New research has concluded that implementing dietary changes could prevent gut inflammatory processes involved in some chronic diseases. Modulation of your gut microbes through diets enriched with vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and a higher intake of plant over animal foods has a potential to prevent intestinal inflammatory conditions at the core of many chronic diseases. In short, the foods we eat in our dietary patterns have a major influence on our immune system that can cause many conditions we are suffering from today. Solution: try our OptiMeal shake. Our team has developed the best tasting, healthiest shake you've ever experienced to control blood sugar and to improve your gut. Start your day today with a healthy choice. Call us today at 888-909-0110 for a free sample of the OptiMeal shake. 888-909-0110. Remember, you have a choice in healthcare.
Hey, welcome back. I am with Ray Solano today from Austin, and PD Labs, a wonderful compounding lab that provides many, many things. Too many to sit here and talk about, right, Ray? But we are talking about something today. We talked about in the previous 20 minutes, we talked about OptiMeal, a fantastic meal replacement, medical food, total supplement. Tastes good, and we got a special for that. But you mentioned something else that is important to building up our immune systems so that we really don't have to play this game of, my body is just going to be overcome by by death and destruction that has been on the media for the last year with COVID, that we really can boost our immune systems and protect ourselves. So you mentioned something else. What was that?
Well, a molecule that I have been following for over 15 years, my favorite is glutathione. Mm-hmm. And glutathione is a amino acid molecule that your body makes itself. It's stored in the liver, but it's so critical to get intracellular levels of glutathione correct, because it is responsible for a huge cascade of reactions that our immune system is critical for, all these markers to prevent invaders from taking over, because you're under assault all the time. But glutathione levels is that rate limiting molecule that's so important to keep those levels strong, and right. You can influence
armor,
them.
Right?
That's right. It's your body. It's your bullet. Make it bulletproof.
Right.
Because if your levels of glutathione are low, that means also your regeneration of vitamin C is going to be low, mm-hmm. and also your vitamin D levels are not optimized. So this is the foundation. How do you influence your glutathione levels. Now, many times people don't realize the building blocks for glutathione are usually found in the diet, but they come from organ meats.
Right.
And our culture does not have organ meats on a daily basis. You know, you go back
or ever in some cases.
So how do we influence this? And up until now, the best way to really get in true intracellular glutathione was an IV. And an IV glutathione works perfectly. The only problem is it goes away in about 3 days. So yes, I don't think people are going to be rushing in to get the glutathione IVs that are low if they have chronic conditions. Ourselves, PD Labs, partnered with Oro Pharmaceuticals to develop a special transdermal form of glutathione that's stable. Yes. And it's absorbed into the cells on a topical spray.
Right. Just spray it on, and I do my forearms, I think, right?
You put it on, you spray it on your abdomen and rub it in, and you could feel it. I'm telling you, you could feel it within a few minutes. You go, wow, this is, some people get a little bit of a mood elevation. Sometimes you get a little bit of a buzz from it because it really is getting absorbed past those squamous cells of your body. There's been a recent article published, and again, this has taken a long time to get clinical data that's published that shows glutathione levels and how it relieves COVID-related symptoms. Right. So this is we think is very important. We have a controlled clinical study with a small group of patients of things that we knew already. Right. But when we found that we can reverse some of these long hauler symptoms for many of these viruses. And this is something that's easy to use and it's safe for children. And you know what it's even better for? Elderly. Okay. Our elderly, as we grow older, right. Our immune systems are not as strong and robust as before. So we're always looking for things that are easy for our seniors to take, and also for children too. I mean, we've spent a number of years working with the autism community, and glutathione is a great detoxifier. So I can't really speak enough of it, but Glutaril is this topical spray that you can put on. It doesn't require a prescription. It used to, not anymore. And you can be able to get those levels up correct. Just four sprays a day. And after about a month, you may just do it once a day. But if you're in a crisis situation, this is your go-to product. It's called Glutaril, and it's available on our website as well.
And we'll have all of that information also on my website too. So I'll get the links for the Optimeal and the Glutaril, and where people can find this very easy. And I have been using that and I love it. I think it's wonderful. And I found out, you'll be interested in this, I found out that I had my COVID vaccine back in December. Because of my rheumatoid arthritis, I am on Rinvoq. And there was some studies that came out that said patients who had liver transplants, who were on Cellcept or some other meds, JAK inhibitors, but Rinvoq was mentioned as a med that diminished the effectiveness of the COVID vaccine. So 6 months later, I got a test. Sure enough, I was not fully protected, very minimally protected. But guess what? I've also been around so many patients and people, and knock on wood, I never got COVID. I've been using the Glutaril and some other things that you and I have worked on and talked about. And so you have to wonder, is that, part of the reason? And you mentioned too that, we don't have enough of our C's and D's and to be able to manufacture it or to use it correctly. And, patients say, well, I'll just take a handful of C and D, from one of the local stores and I should be fine. It's like, no, it really is better if your body, can manufacture or can sustain it on its own. We need to get our bodies to do the right thing. And Ray, you're going to kill me. We only have about 1 minute and 15 left. So it goes so fast. I'm always so happy to have you on. But please let us know where we can find you, besides on the website, but for us, but where can we find you?
Well, you can call us very simply at 888-909-0110, PD Labs. prescription dispensing labs in Cedar Park, Texas. Or we got a great website, pdlabsrx.com. A lot of educational pieces are there. And it's all free. We do a podcast, Healthy Choices XM. But check out the Glutaril. I think we're really excited about this as a way for people to feel that they are in control of their health and they don't get fear, because right now everybody's in fear that they're going to get ill. So check it out. And if not, just give us a call and see if this is worthwhile for us. So that phone number is 888-909-0110. And guess what? I still answer the phone.
I love it, Ray. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you for another great week, and we will see you next week.